I thought this would be hard. Hard is what they're doing right here. For the last 2 days, I stood honor over my brother, my friend. That's hard. This is easy. You may not like what I'm going to ask you to do, but I don't care. I want each of you to reach out and grab a hand of the person next to you. Do it now. It may feel uncomfortable. I don't care, just do it. You're going to feel my anger, my pain, and the love for my brother, and that of this family, the Pierson family. I run the tactical unit, commanding officer. Daryl's one of my guys. We work a street crimes unit. We get guns and homicide suspects off the street every night. We go after shooters, and we're very good at it. We're a family. We're close-knit. A group that cares for each other. A team-first mentality. We make solid arrests, and we take the very worst in our city and put them in jail. And we are very good at what we do. September 3rd, Wednesday night, everyone finally got back together from work. We had a lot of people training, teaching, class counselors, SWAT training, and Daryl had been out for 8 months. He had hurt his finger back in January by trying to break a window out with his middle finger. Didn't work out so well. A little bit about Daryl. I'm going to point something out. When I get choked up, I'm going to tell you to squeeze. I want you to squeeze right now. Daryl can't drive. Because of this, I'm sure we're related. I've had a couple accidents in my career. Daryl hits everything. At least once a year since he came on the job, he's been written up, taken driving courses, suspended for days. He can't drive. His last accident, he came back on the first day from suspension from a previous accident. He got another accident. He ran into a barber shop during a foot chase. Really? I asked him, how could you crash into a building during a foot chase? He was quick. He said, somebody built the barber shop too close to the roadway. That was Daryl. And that was acceptable to me. Captain didn't think so, but we laughed. And he gave that little smile, that grin that he has with half his teeth pop out, and he just nods his head. So last Wednesday night, I hear those dreaded words that every officer that's working that's ever heard. Officer down. But I know something. I've been doing this for 27 years. And no matter what happened, that officer's going to be okay. Why do I know that? Because we don't die. We don't get hurt. If we do get hurt, we heal. We come back to the job. We can't die. We don't allow it. In the academy, we're taught you never give up. You're always in the fight. Daryl fought. He got up after he got shot. With assistance from other officers, he climbed into the back of that police car. And when they couldn't get him in, he reached out and grabbed that cage and pulled himself in. He was fighting. He wasn't giving up. We never die. Doesn't happen here. I know this because we are the department's honor guard. We go to other cities. We go to other towns. This happens elsewhere. It doesn't happen here. It hasn't happened over 50 years here in a situation similar to this. We go out and we support and comfort those family members, those friends. That's what the honor guard does. We take care of you. It can't happen here. But it did. Squeeze. This is the worst moment of my entire career, and this happened on my watch. I'm angry, but I know we have to all begin the process of healing at some point. But it doesn't start there. We've been doing this all week. We're second-guessing ourselves. We're wondering, what if? What if I had done something different? To my team, the Tactical Unit members, you did nothing wrong. Squeeze. This was the perfect storm for an imperfect scenario. No one could have anticipated that some animal who had no regard for human life would do something and do this kind of damage. Squeeze. It didn't matter if 100 SWAT cops were chasing Daryl down the street. The injury was such that no medical care could have saved him. So there was no finger pointing, there's no blaming, there's no second guessing. You did nothing wrong. Squeeze. So how do I get past this anger? One way is to be with my teammates, members of the unit, those who were involved in that shooting that night. It helps. This past Sunday, I was asked by Mike Mazzio to accompany the chief and him at a church service at First Genesis Baptist Church on Hudson Avenue, which was actually right down the street from where the shooting occurred. It would have been my first day off since the shooting, and again, we haven't slept much. I had a bit of an attitude. I didn't want to go. But I showed up in my honor guard uniform, late per usual, and I was attacked by a female pastor from the church. She grabbed me as I walked in the door. She kissed all over me, hugged me. She grabbed my hand. She squeezed it, like I'm asking you to squeeze your hands. She took me into the church. Congregation was already settled in. Guess they were waiting for me. I sat in the third row next to Mike Mazzio and his wife. And as the service started, I started to get choked up a little bit. Those feelings came out. I buried my head in my lap, and I was numb. Then the mayor stepped up. I didn't even know she was there. I got a tear in my eye. She got up there and she spoke. And started saying how she too was grieving. And she was not going to let someone take one of her police officers like this idiot did, this animal. I started feeling a little bit better. Okay, well, maybe we got something going here. And then Reverend Marlo Washington stepped up. Holy cow. This guy takes a church by storm. He started saying how he was grieving and that he was not going to stand for anyone that wanted to hurt his police officers, and he wanted to go out there and kick somebody's ass. Not necessarily in those words, but he got me motivated. I wanted to put him in my car, hand him my 3D cell flashlight and say, let's go clean up the street right here, right now. And I told him that. It's not just us. Squeeze. There are others who care about us. And they're there for us. I can work with that. I want to work for that. I need to work for those people. I want somebody who cares about me, my team, my department. And I want them to care about this family right here. Squeeze. Amy, Brett, you, your children, your family have just been adopted by the largest family in America. We are your family, and we will be here today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter. I told you that the last couple of days, and I mean it. It's unfortunate what happened to Daryl. It's a tragedy. But God must have needed a hero in heaven. Squeeze. Next time you hear a thunderstorm, see lightning, look up in the sky and know that Daryl's looking down on you. And he just took his eyes off the road and crashed again. Thank you.